On today's show, we head over to Mexico and to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, where the 2019-20 FIA Formula E Championship arrives for the latest stop on the 13-round tour. It's the Mexico City E-Prix. Then we head over to the Stade de France in the heart of Paris, as the French capital plays host to the 2018-19 Andros Trophy Super Final. And later in the show, we return to Australia and to Sydney Dragway for the latest instalment of the Nitro Chance warfare that is the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars. This is Speedweek.
The grid is set. We are about to go racing, and we're green in Mexico City. Very, very quick lights out. Oh, he's into the back of him.
He just passed me.
Round goes Heidfeld, pirouetting in the stadium, and then a shunt, and the two teammates hit each other. Lovely move that is by the Frenchman. Well, that's a big airborne crash for Nelson Piquet. Fairline's got 1%.
Push,
It's zero. DiGrassi wins.
Yes.
Victorious in Mexico! What a mad end to the Mexico City E-Prix!
The ABB FIA Formula E Championship is about to electrify North America. Mexico City is the next stop on our round-the-world odyssey, and the sellout Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez awaits. But before we go green for round 4, here's a reminder of the action so far.
The season began with a double-header in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Reigning champion Jean-Eric Vergne had a weekend to forget for DS Chachita.
Out of the race, out of the car!
Envision Virgin Sam Bird stormed through the field to take the win in race 1. But then crashed out in race 2 after a tangle with Jaguar's Mitch Evans. But it was BMW's Alexander Sims who left Riyadh leading the championship. On pole for both races, Sims cruised to victory in race 2 to take his first ever Formula E win.
What a race! What a drive!
For round 3, the championship moved to South America and the streets of Santiago, Chile. Mitch Evans qualified on pole, but it didn't all come together for him as he lost the lead to Max Günther halfway through the race. After qualifying mid-pack, Jean-Eric Vergne fought his way into podium position, but it wasn't to last.
I have a problem with my tire.
It's Vergne, that front left!
His teammate Antonio Felix da Costa quickly dispatched Mitch Evans to take second and set his sights on leader Max Günther.
Here he comes! Oh, that's late! For the lead! Each other! Da Costa forces his way past, now that is robust!
But that lead wouldn't hold. With his battery running too hot, he was told to back off.
Yeah, we had some issue on our side.
We always have some issue. Okay, we speak later.
The BMW of Max Günther gets into the lead to win in Santiago and win in Formula E for the first time!
Yes, come on! I can't believe how happy I am.
It was a maiden win for Max Günther in Santiago and another successful race for BMW I Andretti.
Consistency has been the key so far, and 2 podiums for Stoffel van Dorn sees him lead the Drivers' Championship for Mercedes-Benz EQ. Just 3 points ahead of race 2 winner Alex Sims, and another Brit, Sam Bird, in 3rd. This time out, the action takes place in Mexico City. With a new-look circuit to tackle, it should be the fastest track yet.
Here is where we will do battle today. 2.6 kilometers extended from last year. Turns 1 and 2 are the same, but at turn 3 it all changes now. We go left through this section of corners, 5 and 6 double apex right-hander, a long straight now up to the braking zone of turn 9 when Daniel Abt had his crash this morning into the Forest Sol. We've got 10, 11 and 12 as one corner. Attack mode in the middle of that, very bumpy through 13. No chicane through the last corner, the Peraltada in all its glory. Incredible way to finish the lap. This track, I really like it. Very fast average speed, and it's going to be very hard on the tyres.
This track will be hard on the tyres, and energy management will again be critical. Nowhere was more apparent than last year's drama-filled race. With 10 laps to go, Mahindra's Pascal Wehrlein discovered he wouldn't have enough energy left to defend his lead.
I had a feeling that he was struggling because he was trying to save energy in places which you normally don't save.
And obviously that's when all the fight then started. I had to defend my position quite hard.
But the Nissan Edams garage had also got it wrong.
Roland's got 2%, he's not going to make it. Buemi's got 2% as well.
Nissan miscalculated.
It's over for Nissan.
C'est pas possible, purée!
2 laps to go, 2 laps to go.
Oh my God, I'm really tight.
In the final stages, Pascal Wehrlein desperately tried to defend his lead with waning energy levels.
Pascal was very aggressive defending, he was changing the line quite a bit. It was borderline fair.
What the is that?
What should I do? I need to defend, but I need to push and I need to save.
Wehrlein's got 1%.
It saw the gap and then went for it.
That was painful.
It's 0! DiGrassi wins!
For me, it was the greatest victory ever in my Formula E career.
2019's rollercoaster race will go down in history as perhaps the most dramatic end to any Formula E race. This year's faster track promises even more drama, so let's head down to the grid. Despite posting the third fastest time in Superpole qualifying, Pascal Wehrlein will start from the back of the grid after both Mahindras were penalised for changing their gearboxes. Ahead of them is Daniel Abt, who suffered a dramatic crash in FP1, but was still allowed to start the race from the back. In fifth on the grid, Sam Bird, the only driver in the championship top 6 to make it through Group 1 to Superpole qualifying. He'll be one to watch. But your pole man from Tagua Porsche, claiming the German outfit's first Formula E pole position in only their 4th ever race, is André Lotterer, with the top 10 shaping up like this. On row 5 is Antonio Felix da Costa and Stoffel van Dorn. Row 4 sees Nicole Müller and Jean-Eric Verne, current reigning champion. Row 3 is the Brit Sam Bird and his fellow teammate from Envision Virgin Racing, Robert Freins. And just look at row 2, the rookie Nick de Vries and the veteran Sebastian Buemi from Nissan Edams. We see Mitch Evans once again on the front row, but in pole position, there he is, the German André Lotterer. The Foro Sol Baseball Stadium is packed to the rafters, so time to head down to your race commentary team of Dario Franchitti and Jack Nichols.
You can hear the crowd getting to their feet and starting to cheer, because if the last 4 years are anything to go by, this 5th iteration of the Mexico City E-Prix is going to be something. Pole position on the right-hand side is the Porsche of André Lotterer. Mitch Evans alongside him on the front row of the grid. Stoffel van Dorn, championship leader, is all the way down in 10th position. What twist will the Formula E Championship take this afternoon in Central America? But all 5 lights are on, and we go green in Mexico City. It's a reasonable start from Lotterer. If anything, Nick de Vries has got a good getaway, and he's trying to find the inside line. Evans is through, is he? There's going to be contact. Lotterer is sent off in the Porsche turn 1. He tried to close the door, and he couldn't make it stick. And Mitch Evans is into the lead. De Vries is into 2nd. They almost make contact. Buemi is in 3rd. Robin Freins is up into 4th position, around the outside of André Lotterer. No, it's Sam Bird in the other Envision car that is trying to get past Lotterer. Lotterer goes in deep, and he's thrown it away again. This time down at turn 5 and 6. No, he has actually managed to get back in front of Sam Bird. Impressive stuff in the end there from Lotterer. But it's Mitch Evans that leads, De Vries in 2nd, 3rd for Sebastian Buemi.
And there was nothing Mitch Evans could do. He was going to get pushed into the wall, so he had to push Lotterer out wide.
Here they come into the stadium section for the first time. The crowd on their feet. Evans pulling a little bit of a gap.
And there's damage to the right front of the Porsche. Not big damage, but there's a little bit of damage there.
Through they come. Now, Last year, this was a chicane. This year, it is the full old-fashioned Peraltada corner. There are the two BMWs fighting with James Collado further back. Daniel Abt has got going, but here we come through the Peraltada, out onto the start-finish straight again. Evans leads, De Vries second, Buemi third. Lotterer is under pressure from Sam Bird in fourth. Fifth is Bird, sixth is Muller, Freins, Verne, Da Costa, Mortara, the rest of the top 10.
The BMWs look like they're fighting with each other more than anybody else. They're going to have to start making some progress. You see Sam Bird and the Porsche of Andre Lotterer fighting it out. That last corner, the cars are absolutely on the limit through their sliding, as we see the Nissan colliding with De Vries.
Buemi forcing his way through then, up into second place. De Vries looks like he's going to lose out as well to Andre Lotterer. There is Jerome D'Ambrosio serving his stop-go penalty, but has Lotterer got through past De Vries? He has. Sam Bird has as well. Oh, they're so close to getting into the wall. They're still side by side, but Bird holds the position. That was good stuff from Bird.
Was there contact with Bird and the Tech Pro barrier on the exit of turn 9? If not, it was very, very close.
De Vries, I don't know if he's got a problem or damage or something. He really seems to be struggling out there.
Yeah, he's defending through there. There's something wrong. I mean, he's already through 14 and 15 defending, Jack. Doesn't look good.
Here they come out onto the start-finish straight again.
And this is where you see the slide. And look at the cars in yaw, the back of the car just sliding as they try and keep every mile an hour they possibly can through the last corner.
De Vries covers the inside line. Nico Muller in the black and white Dragon goes to the outside and sweeps around the outside. He's in the wall. Straight into the wall for Nico Muller. He's out of the race after what was a strong performance. Outbraked himself trying to get around the outside, and that is going to cause a halt. That's for sure. Whether it'll probably be a safety car, I would have thought.
And the safety car helps Jerome D'Ambrosio. He served his penalty. That would allow the field to close back up. That puts him in position to maybe score some points again. Look how close it is between the BMWs, the Jaguar of Collado near the back.
Robin Freins has also managed to get past Nick De Vries, so something is going on with that Mercedes as Mitch Evans leads the way ahead of Sebastian Buemi in second position. Third is Lotterer, fourth is Bird, who's still all over the back of Lotterer. The Porsche ahead of the Envision Virgin.
Lucas DiGrassi up 4 places from the start.
Here they come around the start, finish straight again, and the safety car is deployed then. Safety car deployed as they come around the Peraltada. They will all slow down behind the safety car until that car can be removed. And also you can't activate attack mode when the safety car is deployed. So attack mode activation is open, but you can't activate attack mode. Scott Elkins, the race director, has told Nico Muller, by the way, to stay in the car for the time being. That's why Muller is still in there. Wow, dramatic start then.
It's pretty crazy.
Here's what happened to Muller. So he just tried to send it around the outside.
Just carried a little bit too much speed in. Whoa, it's a big hit. Look at the wall moving. This will be the angle as Nico Muller, here he comes. Wow, and it broke the camera. Another one, that's maybe the second one today. So under safety car, 1 kilowatt hour will be deducted from the energy in the battery. So energy saving is still going to be so critical as this race goes on.
Attention all teams, this is race car control. We're going to go through the pit lane, follow the safety car through the pit lane on the next lap.
That allows vehicles onto the track, and they can work and moving the car out, fixing the position of the wall if they have to. As we see the new BMW safety car, the convertible, new for this event.
This is what happened at the start. A good start from Evans, and he just sent it.
Now watch Evans' proximity to the inside wall, because if you watch, Andre starts to squeeze him a little bit towards the inside wall, and Evans is either going to hit the wall or push Lotterer wide.
Yeah.
There wasn't much he could do there.
Was there much Lotterer could have done?
He could have given him a fraction more room, but not massively. You know, I don't think there was anybody really you could point at fault. Okay, he did something wrong. And you can see the ball cutting across the grass. That, where it rejoins from the grass to the asphalt, that's going to get bigger, and that could cause some damage later in the race.
This is on board with Lotterer.
You just watch the right front and watch as Mitch Evans comes down the inside in the Jaguar. There we go, locked up. Gosh. There we go. Oh, and a hit. Oh, was that De Vries that hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's where some of the damages come from on De Vries' car.
There was De Vries lurking.
Oh, so sending some smoke signals.
And then here comes the hit. Oh no, or was it?
No, it wasn't
Sam
De Vries, yeah.
Sam Bird, that contact.
Oh, look at De Vries on the inside. He got onto the dusty part of the track. Ooh, that was a close one.
So Mitch Evans restarts the race here in Mexico City. A brief safety car period because of a crash, and I think Lotterer could be under pressure here from Bird as they come down the start-finish straight. Lotterer covers the inside in the Porsche. Bird tucks in behind him, but he's not quite close enough to take advantage. Evans leads, Buemi second, Lotterer third, Bird fourth, Freitz fifth, sixth to Vries, 7th Verne, 8th to Costa, 9th Mortara, 10th for Stoffel Van Dorn.
And every time these guys, a bit of contact again by one of the Mercedes.
To Vries, trying to get past Freitz.
Yeah, again, more contact. And so 5 kilowatt energy reduction. Buemi, as Constantine is up into turn 5. I don't see anybody at the back making overtaking manoeuvres. Massa trying to go around the outside of the BMW. Alexander Sims, not happening.
Ends up having a bit of a bump with the other BMW of Max Gunther in 18th place.
And again, you can see that damage on the right front of the Porsche. I don't think it's going to be an issue. It's not like any parts are really hanging off, and Bird's looking like he's making a move.
Whoa, sends it, flies one into the stadium section.
No pun intended.
And he manages to send it through and get up into 3rd place. That was a robust manoeuvre from Sam Bird, and he's up into the podium positions ahead of the Porsche.
Great stuff, mate. You know the gig. Eyes forward. Power 6.
That is Stephen Lane's catchphrase, eyes forward, and he really sent that one, did Bird. And now Robin Fries is going to try and take advantage as well. It looks as though Lotterer doesn't quite have the pace in the Porsche to hold on at the front. Is he going to go for it into turn 1? And he's through. Lotterer tries to hang it on, but that compromises him, and Nick de Vries gets through. The 2 Diesta Cheetahs are going to be on the attack before too long as well. Not close enough to get through this time.
Energy plus 1%, good job.
Yeah, you can see we've got attack modes remaining, 3 for everybody on the left-hand side.
And Lotterer, it really hurt himself. The driver of his experience, he kind of hung on the outside. There was no need to do that.
Front and behind.
As you said, Jack, compromised himself.
Attack mode must be... Oh, Massa, front left bodywork damage. He's gone into the back of someone, surely.
Suspension damage. The suspension's all broken as well, Jack. It was a big hit.
So has he gone into the back of someone, or has he had that accident by himself somewhere? There's a yellow flag out there at turn 3.
Did he catch the inside of the wall? We saw that this morning with Nick de Vries.
Because you might be right there. 33 minutes to go.
Roland into attack mode.
Oliver Roland in 12th place uses attack mode for the first time. He will have a power boost for 3 minutes. And we'll see what he can do with that and what difference that makes. Mitch Evans out in front. His lead is 1.5 seconds over Buemi in second, 0.4 to Bird in third, and half a second back to Freitz in fourth.
You feel free to exit the car. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, Felipe, go P0 and then about.
Okay.
So that's Felipe Massa being told he can get out of the car now, and he no doubt will. There's Michael Carcamo on the left-hand side, watching the action.
It's almost a home race for Michael Carcamo. He spent a lot of time here in other parts of his career. Sam Bird just looks very strong though, Jack. The body language of that car, is he going to try and send it again? No. Buemi's just a little too smart for him, but the body language of that car just looks fantastic. He's able to hold a tighter line. Look at, he's just exiting the corners a bit tighter. Looking
this lap, so nice and smooth, mate. Be patient.
Be patient is the message from Stephen Lane.
Stephen Lane knows how good that car is, and just watch the difference in the handling as they come through here. Is he going to send one down the inside? He's got to get off the last corner well to send one down the inside into turn 1.
Here they come through the Peraltada. Bird is closing in. Buemi covers the inside. You can hear them lifting off, and he was asked to do 100% regen this time, Sam Bird, so maybe that's saying we don't need to overtake him just yet. Here's Lucas DiGrassi up the inside of Stoffel Van Dorn. That is 10th place now for DiGrassi, and Oliver Roland is trying to get through. There's a bit of contact there. Van Dorn trying to hold on, and he does. Good stuff. Meanwhile, Bird is still trying to attack Sebastian Buemi. You saw a drive-through penalty there for Marcin Hua for a technical infringement, but we're on board with Bird in 3rd place, trying to get past Buemi.
And Bird's looking in the mirrors and seeing his teammate Robin Fries right up there, and he's got to think, oh, I've got to get past Buemi. Yeah, it's not going to happen. This is him. He's going to do the cutback now. Watch for the switch back to the inside. No, Buemi again defending. This is where Sam Bird can't get frustrated though and start damaging bodywork.
Thing is, he will see Mitch Evans driving further and further away. Half a second quicker on that last lap, Mitch Evans. He's almost out of sight when they come through these blind corners. In fact, he is out of sight.
And Nick de Vries in 5th place has activated attack mode. He's going to close that gap up to the second of the purple Envision Virgin cars with Audi powertrains.
Half an hour plus 1 lap to go.
Here comes Sam Bird again.
really close to the back of Buemi, but not able to get the move done this time into turn 1.
And again, every one of those attacking maneuvers you make in the car, you've got to pay for it later in energy consumption. And the car's beeping, telling you when to lift, when to coast. It's telling you exactly what to do so you don't overconsume energy. Let's see what happened to Felipe Massa.
Oh, has he gone into the wall on the outside?
I think
he
hit, oh yeah, look at the barrier moving. He hit the grass
That's
early.
why we saw all that white stuff flying around.
Oof, that's a big hit. Bits of bodywork over to the left as well. And you can see the carbon.
Oh, Eduardo Mortara in the other Venturi, though, up into 9th place. James Collado under investigation for overtaking under full course yellow. Lotterer has got some advertising attached to him.
Oh, another smoke.
And he's got front wing problems. Lotterer's done. Surely the race is done here, because we saw this with Jean-Eric Verne in the last race in Santiago. Both Techeetahs have taken attack mode, but I think Lotterer will surely have to come into the pits now, because this is a little bit dangerous for the Porsche driver and for everybody else.
Yeah, this was a discussion with Scott Elkins after that race. Yeah, and the banner as well getting towed along. That's not ideal.
Bird has taken attack mode. Bird has taken attack mode, but look at Andre Lotterer. He's got to be pitting. No one can see anything.
I think the tyres, is the tyre gone?
Just popped. Oh, get off the... There's the flames coming now as well. So that is not good at all from Andre Lotterer.
And the drivers behind are completely blind in that smoke.
Into turn 1, and he's still staying out on the circuit. This is a bit bizarre from Lotterer, really. He's managed to lose all of the bodywork. Meanwhile, and here's a look at the replay in the bottom right.
Everybody all right?
Has he had contact here? Has he tried to get... Yeah, he's had a little bit of a nudge with a Mercedes, and Bird is through. Bird ahead of Buemi. He's in attack mode, and he's managed to get up into 2nd place.
And watch how quickly now he closes the gap to Mitch Evans in the leading Jaguar. Mitch Evans goes into attack mode. Great tactical move by Mitch Evans and Sebastian Buemi in the Nissan in 3rd place into attack mode as well.
Lotterer has been shown the black flag with an orange disc, so he has to come in to the pits, and that is any chances of a good result gone for Porsche, because Gianni is down in 13th position. 28 minutes plus 1 lap to go, and it is the Jaguar of Mitch Evans that is leading, but right behind him is the Envision of Sam Bird. Then a little bit of a gap back to Buemi in 3rd place. Then it is the other Envision car of Robin Freitz. Then it is Nick de Vries. Then it's the 2 DS Techeetahs of Jean-Eric Verne and Antonio Felix da Costa. Mortara and DiGrassi and Van Dorn complete the top 10.
So there's a 1 second gap between the guys. Both are in attack mode, so that's kind of equalised. Oh, big slide. Wow, coming out of turn 1 from the Dragon. Brendan Hartley just keeping it together. Sweet Daniel Abb driving hard after that huge accident this morning, making some progress up to 17th.
And there is Lotterer back in the pits, changing the front wing, so they'll send him back out, but not ideal.
Unusual that we'd go into the garage to do that.
Yeah. Fan boost winners are announced on the right-hand side. Andre Lotterer has got fan boost, as has Nick de Vries, Lucas DiGrassi, Antonio Felix da Costa for the DS Techeetah team, and Stoffel Van Dorn. So those 5 drivers with the most votes from fan boost get a power boost to use in the second half of the race, up to 5 seconds at 250 kilowatts, as opposed to the regular race mode of 200 kilowatts. Mitch Evans leads the way, 2.2 seconds ahead of Bird. Buemi and Freitz still battling over 3rd spot, with Nick de Vries still lurking there in 5th position in the Mercedes at the moment. And da Costa is ahead of Verne, according to the timing tower on the left-hand side. So it looks as though that they may have swapped positions, potentially. We'll see whether they fight back coming down into 5 and 6, but it is now da Costa ahead of Verne.
And again, there was some swapping of positions. Da Costa let Verne through in the last race and then felt he was getting held up by the teammates, so maybe they're repaying the favour. The teammates don't normally work as a team, they just try not to crash into each other, which is the team really doesn't like very much.
24 minutes plus a lap to go. Nobody taking their 2nd attack mode. A reminder, 3 attack modes today, and the team was saying that Nick de Vries has used 2 of them, actually, so that explains why he's a bit closer to the back of everybody else than I thought he would be. But the team was saying, or teams were saying, that it uses more energy because you're in it for 9 minutes instead of 8 minutes, but also it's 50% more decision making, because instead of having to figure out when to use it twice, you've got to figure out when to use it 3 times.
And we have seen this year, Jack, it's been so key to those early races. The 2 races in Saudi, the race in Santiago, when to use attack mode can make all the difference. And Sam Bird's going to have to start thinking about using it again. Mitch Evans is 2.5 seconds up the road.
Now, is this team orders? Yeah, he's come off throttle very, very, very early, isn't he?
But was that him saving energy? As Da Costa thought, I'm going to use a bit more energy here, pass him, and then hopefully hold him off later on.
Da Costa does have more energy by 2% than Jean-Eric Verne, so you may well be right there.
And again, that's that moment, Jack, where you're thinking, you know, if you're Verne, the car's telling me I've got to save energy. I don't want to do it, but if I want to make the end of the race, got to do what I'm told. DiGrassi's got ahead of Mortara. DiGrassi making slow progress up through the field, up to 8th position, doing what DiGrassi does best. You see him in the screen as he comes through the Foro Sol Stadium now.
He's in attack mode. Mortara is not for another 2 minutes. It is Lucas DiGrassi's second attack mode, I think, that he's in, and Mortara still has 2 more to go. So that's what's put DiGrassi slightly out of sync with Mortara at the moment. As he comes through the Peraltada, out onto the start-finish straight again. 2.6 seconds the gap up at the front, so Evans has got the pace over Bird. Stoffel Van Dorn to the inside of Mortara now. He too is in attack mode and manages to gain that place up into 9th spot. Mortara tries to fight back, but he's not in attack mode. Here's a replay of DiGrassi, how he got past Eduardo Mortara coming into turn 9.
See Mortara trying to defend, but you know, with that extra percentage of power, there's just no defending it. And then, DiGrassi, they're walking it in all the way on the brakes, and Mortara comes back on the outside. Good stuff.
Nice little fight there.
As we see, what did you see, Francis? Did he try and go in attack mode?
Did he try? Well, Boemi's taken it. And I'm not sure if Franz tried to get through or tried to take it as well. Not 100% sure.
I just looked up there and just, I was looking at the timing monitor. That last shot of them coming through the last corner with just a little bit of a slide on. I love it.
Here comes Da Costa to the inside. He's on fan boost. Oh, De Vries is closing the door aggressively. Now he's locked up massively. Oh, and he's into France. Oh, Robin France caught out of nowhere.
It won't stop.
That car wouldn't stop, would it? Real big problem there for Nick De Vries, and Robin France has been sent flying backwards. Ian James, team principal at Mercedes, can't believe it.
Okay, mate, see if you can get it backed out.
And Robin France, totally innocent party there.
Seeing if Nick De Vries says anything on the radio.
Nick, are you okay?
He's busy.
Yeah, he's trying to
do a J-turn,
reverse it out of there.
Well, that was so weird. It looked like the front wheels were locked solid. The backs were still spinning.
Yeah, just couldn't get it stopped, could he?
No.
Yeah, but I cannot turn anymore. Who did that? Was that Da Costa? I just couldn't brake anymore.
Okay, mate. See if you can just put it in reverse and see if we can get it out of there.
I'm not sure. I'm not. I think he's saying that if the contact made it, though, but there wasn't any contact at all.
No, the contact was with Robin France, who was an innocent bystander.
Yeah, you're right. The rear tyres
driving.
Very similar to Daniel Abt earlier on.
Yep.
Look at Robin France just turning into the corner.
Bang. And that's complete. I mean, there's nothing Robin France could have done. His view is way ahead down the road, Jack.
Da Costa was using his fan boost.
Great move from Da Costa at this point.
I think De Vries used his fan boost as well. I think Nick De Vries was on his fan boost to defend, and it may have been with Daniel Abt.
The same thing.
When he used his turn, he tested his fan boost, that's what happened earlier on.
And in all that excitement, Mitch Evans has used his attack mode. He's gone back into attack mode for a second. Sam Bird's only used one so far.
Yeah, well, will we see anyone else using fan boost now during the race? You'd have to say they maybe wouldn't. Mitch Evans leading the way.
Look how much roll the Jaguar has in it through the slow section of track. This track is so relatively smooth for an FE track. He set it up the car quite stiff, but the Jaguar looks like it's got a lot of roll through the Foro Sol complex of corners. Turns 11, 12, 13.
Through the activation zone there goes Eduardo Mortara. Oliver Rowland tries to get around the outside of him. He's on the dirt, cuts the corner, loses the place. Robin France is now lurking there. Alexander Sims has managed to sneak his way up into 11th position. And Evans, it is, still leading 3 seconds ahead now of Sam Bird. Here they come out onto the start-finish straight with Mortara in 8th. 9th is Rowland, 10th is France, 11th is Sims. That's the battle that they've got coming down into turn 1. 17 minutes plus a lap to go.
There's a very measured drive from Sims as well, just passing one car at a time, no big crazy moves yet.
Oh, Roland goes in deep, loses 2 places. Has he got problems, or did he just go on the...
I think he got on the... I could hear the track almost breaking up a little bit, got on the marbles, and you see there's a lot of marbles from rubber on the exit of all the way through the last corner. Sims has got damage. There's some smoke coming from the left rear, it looks like, on Sims's car.
Meanwhile, Antonio Felix da Costa is now on the back of Sebastian Buemi. Sam Bird activates his attack mode, but da Costa is looking racy here and looking for a second podium in as many races. Here's the fight for third. Antonio Felix da Costa in the DS Techeetah, right up behind Sebastian Buemi in the Nissan.
Not close enough. No. He's got his teammate right behind him, Jack, and as we know, Vern can get very aggressive. Da Costa closing up on the brakes into turn 1.
Where's he going to try and make the move?
And you say be patient, but you can see Sam Bird driving away and Mitch Evans driving away from him. Although Sam Bird caught up Mitch Evans last lap as you know, with the attack mode active, he had that extra power, and that he caught him up by 4/10.
Van Dorn has got past DiGrassi in their battle over 6th place, so the Van Dorn Mercedes, the championship leader, making some progress. We're on board with Jean-Eric Verne, who's watching the battle in front of him unfold. He's getting frustrated on the radio, Verne, that how much energy da Costa has compared to him.
That was one of his comments, and da Costa goes into attack mode, and
so that is going to put him at a real opportunity of getting past Buemi on this lap.
Jean-Eric Verne said, I've been struggling with the brakes, I can't get the brakes right, but it's okay, because I'm not going to need the brakes that much in the race. That was his way of describing how he felt he was going to go up to the front of the grid as this race went on. D'Ambrosio used his 3rd attack mode in 16th position.
Da Costa still, has loads of energy remaining, 2% more than pretty much everyone he's racing with at the moment. And big twitch from Verne coming out of turn 1.
And we've said it before, Jack, it's easy to save energy, it's difficult to save energy and go fast.
Oh, Robin Freins has had the old classic, tried to go for attack mode, but get nudged by Collado from behind. So
that's not you can't blame that on Collado. There's such a speed difference, but the line you have to take, how much tighter the corner is, we have to take the tight line to arm attack mode as Mitch Evans goes about his business, and just see Mag getting out of the way.
Window is this lap or the next one. It's okay for me also.
That means, I think, taking his attack mode, does it?
Yeah. I don't know if I said earlier, but Neil Jani had a drive-through penalty for a technical infringement. And there goes Buemi. Now he activates attack mode. So does Jean-Eric Verne. But is that going to be da Costa's opportunity to get a switch back here coming through Peraltada?
Now da Costa's got to do it now because he doesn't have attack mode, and Sebastian Buemi is going to disappear in this next part of the track.
So da Costa missed it last time. When we were on board with Verne, we saw da Costa try and take it, but he missed it.
Oof, that could be painful, could be expensive mistake.
Here they come, down towards turn 1 again. 12 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Mitch Evans still 3.4 seconds up the road from Sam Bird in 2nd, but this 3rd place battle is the one to watch.
I'm surprised.
Can I pass Tonio in the next straight?
It's what we are looking for, yes. Yes, it's okay.
Okay, so Verne has asked permission to pass da Costa on the next straight. The team have said yes. Drum roll, please.
Exactly. Has da Costa said yes?
Tonio said turn 1. Tonio said turn 1.
But that's half a lap later. That's half a lap.
Tonio says turn 1 once he's been through attack mode, I bet.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm sure Jeb will have to be closer.
Jack, you're starting to think like a driver.
Is he going for it? There he goes.
Tonio takes the attack now and we'll let you pass turn 1.
Sure he will. Drivers have long memories. Well, these guys fell out in Santiago, then went skiing together afterwards.
We'll have so much time with this.
Yeah, if you're Verne, I happen to agree with you.
Glass
I listen to you guys, but we were wrong.
Okay, Verne feeling frustrated. Gary Pafford and Nick de Vries having a chat.
Just talking about what happened. Oh, he's letting him through.
Okay. There was a line from da Costa last race. That is the first and last time I let Jev through. Apparently not. They have dropped a long way back from Buemi, though.
That was really badly orchestrated, I think, from the DS Techeetah team. They could have orchestrated that so much better, lost much less time.
Yeah. Well, if they'd have done it when Verne said, but da Costa said, you know, it's not up to Antonio to decide when's the best time to let him through.
Have to be a bit stronger, I think, with the drivers. Drivers have strong personalities, but yeah, the upshot is Buemi's driven down the road
with
by...
and you can race with Jeff.
1.6 seconds Buemi's up the road now, and that's difficult to pack the cost energy to close that gap.
Yeah, I'm so much quicker than him.
And he's got 2% more usable energy. What a bizarre decision from Techeetah. Here come the two DS Techeetahs. So Da Costa has let Verne through and then been told you can race him. Yeah, very odd.
Yeah, I agree. It's easy to say from here, we don't have all the information.
Oh, lock up from Verne.
That hasn't been well managed. Oh, here you can hear it hitting the...
Oh, that's Mar in the wall.
Safety car.
Right.
He just made a big mistake.
He's managed to keep going, Ma Xinghua, and hopefully he can pull off in a safe place.
Attack mode off for Jev and Buemi.
You can see that.
And here comes Da Costa to the inside, coming into turn 9. And Verne doesn't fight him too hard. But they're just losing more and more time.
Look where Buemi's gone. Buemi must be laughing looking in the mirror.
It's like backwards leapfrogging.
It's just
they're leapfrogging each other. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Trust me, they'll learn from this situation. The track is now clear at turn 3. Ma's got off the track, so that's good. It's good for the race. It's not good maybe for some other guy's strategy.
2% more energy than Buemi.
Yeah, but you've got a big gap to close now to Buemi. You've got 1.5 seconds to close. And you could...
Exactly. They come across the line. Buemi in third is 1.2 seconds now because Da Costa's in attack mode ahead, whereas it was 0.1 seconds before. Here's a replay of Ma just bumping into the wall.
Yeah, getting offline. Yeah, and you could hear the stones hitting the underside of the car.
But he's managed to pull off the circuit in a safe pace.
Yep. And we're not sort of talking about him because he's serenely going about his business here. Mitch Evans in the Jaguar, 4.5 seconds up the road.
Yeah. Really impressive stuff.
Really impressive.
Mitch Evans. Bird has still got an attack mode to use, so I wonder if they're just saving it till the end in case there's a late safety car or something like that. There's no point in burning it. He's 3 seconds ahead of Buemi and not really under any pressure. We're on board with DiGrassi, 8th place. Up ahead of us is Alexander Sims in 7th position. What? He started in 18th. What's he been up to? He's been passing DiGrassi, he has.
Fantastic.
Great stuff from Alexander Sims.
He was on the grass. He was on that sort of jump on the exit as we see DiGrassi all over and it hit him.
I wonder if DiGrassi got a knock from behind there. Is anyone right behind him? Oliver Rowland?
No. Good excuse though, Jag. There's DiGrassi going to try and return the favour. The BMW's quick though. You have to say Alexander Sims, that BMW.
Something's going on with Robin Freitz. He's only taken 1 attack mode, and we've seen him try to take it a lot of times. And you can only
look at sorry, Jack. Da Costa has caught Buemi in a hurry.
Yeah, he's right on the back of him. You can only attempt to take attack mode 5 times, so we think Freitz might be in trouble with that. I mean, he's down in 12th place anyway, so it probably doesn't really matter.
It might be a sensor.
Yeah.
Here comes Da Costa again. He's going to make the move into turn 9.
Now Buemi's going to defend this one. And that is Daniel Abt.
Da Costa's gone right around the outside, sailed it around the outside. Da Costa is having a great race, but you've got to say the DS Techeetah guys have not helped him with the strategy. The pace is there by him and the car, but they've got to do a better job.
If he doesn't get 2nd place here, they could have done.
Absolutely. Big ask. Mitch Evans is now 5 seconds up the road.
Yeah.
Da Costa caught Sam Bird by 9/10 of a second that last lap. Very impressive stuff.
1 attack mode left.
Matthew Day, using the hashtag Mexico E-Prix, points out, as we look at a replay of Da Costa going around the outside, extra energy, extra power, end of story. But Matthew Day says, you remember that Jeb let Da Costa through
to about 3 seconds
earlier on. We thought maybe it was because Da Costa had more energy, but if that was a let-through, then maybe that next let-through was the returning of the favour, and then they're allowed to race. So I get your point there, Matthew. Leading the way is Mitch Evans. Here's what happened to Daniel Abt in the bottom right. Whoa, just snapped on him. He just must have got a wheel on the grass.
Round she went. Daniel Abt must be thinking, oh no, not again.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at Mitch Evans just driving away. He's almost out of the stadium before the next car of Sam Bird comes into view.
This is one of the most dominating displays in the history of Formula E, this, from Mitch Evans. It's up there.
Yeah, absolutely, Jack. Mitch Evans was so angry after the race in Santiago and vented on the radio. And the team said, we had a chat and we were talking about how he can be calmer on the on the radio and in the car. And he seems to have done it. DiGrassi taking attack mode again. Chasing down Alexander Sims.
5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Da Costa, we think that strategy that he's just been told to do is absolutely go for it. Now you've got everything you've got. 5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. And you are only 1 second behind Sam Bird. Oliver Rowland is on the back of DiGrassi. 5 minutes plus a lap to go. Has Robin Fries taken any? Robin Fries is in trouble here. He's not going to be able to use both of his attack modes. Maxi Gunter's out of control. Does he get it? Oh, goes across the grass and rejoins the game, but he's in 16th place.
Yeah, he's having a tough day, Max Gunter, from winning last time to running 16th. I wonder if he's got some issues with the car that we haven't seen.
There's the usable energy remaining. Da Costa. Bird is in his final attack mode now, and that's Da Costa's chance. Da Costa is through, is he? Up into second position. He was side by side with Bird as they exited the stadium section. They're still side by side. Coming through Peraltada. Bird's got extra power, so he should be able to hold on to this one.
There's no way you're going side by side. Look at the marbles on the outside of the track. You go out there, you're in the wall.
Here they come down towards turn 1, and well, there was that Da Costa's chance. Bird's going to try and build the gap now.
1% more than Sam.
He's going to have to build the gap because right now I think his attack mode's going to run out with 1 lap and 1 minute to go.
Oh,
Bird's off yet. Got wide.
The marbles in the wall, and what was looking like a great day for Envision Virgin Racing has disappeared. Sylvain Filippi can't believe it. Both cars running 4th and 5th for their time. Now they're both out of the points. And that means Da Costa is 2nd, Buemi is 3rd, Verne is 4th, Van Dorn is 5th, Sims is 6th. Now is DiGrassi 7th? Has Bird got going? Yes, so Bird is 7th, ahead of DiGrassi still.
Buemi looks like he's starting to mount a bit of a charge back. Yeah, he caught Da Costa last lap.
You have 1.5% more, 1.5% more.
Sims here on Stoffel Van Dorn for 5th position.
8 seconds, gap is 8 seconds anyway.
Van Dorn a little bit wide as they clout the curves.
This is 1st and 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, Jack.
Yes, absolutely. So whoever finishes in front here effectively will lead the championship, although that depends on the points that Evans and Da Costa and Buemi pick up. Here's Bird. Well, this is him taking the attack mode, and Da Costa saw the chance.
Great driving by both of them. Look, give each other room.
Oh, and Bird, see, Da Costa got on the ungrippy bit there.
And Da Costa's just trying to get an overlap to get past him, and not enough, nothing doing, and then Bird goes off.
Oh, he's off again. Bird off again. And that is down at turn 13, and that, well, hopefully he can get out of there, because otherwise we could see this race ending behind the safety car potentially. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Daniel Abt out of the race.
On turn 9 exit.
And that was Evans being told
he's
that.
On the exit of the stadium, 14 on the outside. He's in the barriers. Slow right down.
So through goes Mitch Evans, 2 minutes plus 1 lap to go.
7-second gap to 2nd place. Is that all going to be nullified, though? Is the safety car going to come out?
Here he comes through the final corner. We have seen before, if the car's not in a dangerous place, Scott Elkins, the race director, is allowed to, it sort of leaves them there for the last couple of laps and covers it with a yellow flag. There's Mitch Evans, the race leader. There is 6 seconds back to Antonio Felix da Costa in 2nd place. 3rd is Buemi. 4th is the next DS Techeetah of Jean-Eric Verne. 5th is Stoffel Van Dorn and Alexander Sims, the championship leaders, wheel to wheel, nose to tail, into turn 1. DiGrassi is defending from Oliver Rowland. These two have had a few bumps in the past, I think.
This is when a rock meets a hard place. These two guys are, how should we say it, type A personalities. Tell you what, DiGrassi needs to be careful offline like that. That's how Bird crashed.
And Rowland is in attack mode, and DiGrassi is not, so surely that's going to be an overtake. This is D'Ambrosio. He's forced his way past Brendan Hartley, but Rowland is going to be all over DiGrassi for 7th place here. And he's not quite got through yet, but now he's on the straight section down towards turn 9. DiGrassi's using his fan boost to try and defend. He manages to cover it off for the time being, but Roland is still
this is
in
race
attack
control.
mode.
This is race control. Car 2 is going to stay in its location at the exit of turn 12. Obey the flags. Obey the flags, please.
Okay, so
obey the flags.
We're going to end the race under green flag racing. They've just got to avoid Sam Bird's car, but he's in a very odd position. I don't know how he's ended up there.
That's very odd. Something's happened. Maybe the wing got trapped underneath the car or something, because normally he wouldn't go there. Jean-Eric Vergne down to 5% energy.
Roland's attack mode is over. So Roland's attack mode, he's lost his opportunity to get past DiGrassi using attack mode. Now he's got to use it properly. Meanwhile, Mitch Evans on the penultimate lap of the Mexico City E-Prix.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a hero now. He's got a 5-second lead, and he's coming up to get the last lap board. God, this has been just a dominant display by Mitch Evans and Jaguar. James Bartley's probably thinking, come on, just one more lap. It's just a phenomenal job so far.
So,
D'Ambrosio, Robin Freins fighting it out.
Yeah, although Robin Freins is going to be in for penalty city, I think, anyway, because of he hasn't used all of his attack modes. There's damage coming off a car there. Lucas DiGrassi is still defending from Oliver Rowland. It's is it a Mercedes?
It looks like a Mercedes.
Van Dorn. It's Van Dorn in the Mercedes. He's out of the running. Has he had contact with Alexander Sims?
Championship leader. He's hit some. Look at the front tyres, towed in. He's hit something hard.
The championship leader is not going to score points. What happened here? Oh, it's the marbles.
Oh, the same, and he got caught out with that in Santiago last year.
Dorn is slowing down on the straight leading out.
The championship leader is not going to score points.
Just when we thought it had settled down on the last lap.
Be careful on the run up from turn 6 to turn 9.
Mitch Evans.
Stuff everywhere.
Now being told.
That cost 4 seconds.
Just slow down.
And he has, Jack. He's done that. He's slowed down. He's been caught at 0.8 of a second that last lap, and he doesn't care. He's 4.5 seconds up the road.
Obey the yellows. Obey the yellows.
Sims is up into 5th place.
Away.
And here into the stadium section on the final lap comes Mitch Evans. It's a standing ovation. This was the place where Jaguar scored their first big result in the history of Formula E. And is this the place that Mitch Evans really launches himself into being a championship contender through the final corner? One of the most dominant races in the history of the championship. Mitch Evans wins in Mexico City.
Wow.
Yes. Yes! This is how it's done, mate. Superb drive.
Second across the line for Da Costa. Third is Buemi. Vergne. Ooh, Vergne was very close there.
Yes, guys. You guys nailed that.
Mitch, it's Dario on TV. Congratulations. That was just dominant.
Thank you, man. It's great to hear your voice. Yeah, I mean, obviously after the pain during Santiago, the guys have done such an amazing job to give us a car that's been dominant in the race. So we've got a good quality car now, we've got a good race car. So just a huge thanks to everyone in the team. And this feels so good.
You did a great job too, mate. Well done.
Mitch Evans, winner for Jaguar in Mexico City. Some of the shine was taken off for Jaguar because of a disqualification for James Collado, promoting both Mahindras into the points, having started at the back of the grid. But Mitch Evans took the victory, 4.2 seconds ahead of Antonio Felix da Costa in the end. Could it have been closer if the DS Cheetahs had behaved a little better? Alexander Sims from 18th on the grid, moving up into 5th position and getting the fastest lap, was an impressive day for the British driver. Further down, it was a story of the non-finishers, Stoffel Van Dorn and Sam Bird, the two most notable retirements from the championship fight.
Well, Mitch Evans, I mean, that is how you win a race. Absolutely commanding from as soon as you took the start of that race, you didn't look back.
I tried not to. Yeah, I mean, the contrast from Santiago has obviously been massive. The work ethic and the work that's gone into basically just to try and find out solutions of why we had that pace deficit in Santiago. So I think we've found that, and the guys gave me such a good car, and I just had to hit my targets. And yeah, it was when you're out in front, you can just sort of get in your own rhythm. And I mean, it was pretty tough, but it was a quite close start with Andrea. It was almost like deja vu from Rome, but yeah. hats off to everyone, and this feels really nice to get our first victory of the season.
Antonio Felix da Costa, what a race for you. Up from P9 and a second consecutive podium.
Yeah, I just need to sort out my qualities really, you know, the car is really fast. I just need to get more familiar with the car in one lap, you know, and make my life a little bit easier in the races, because, I mean, these races are super fun, but I'd rather have a race like Mitch, you know, where there's not much going on. But yeah, massive shout out to the team, you know, they've been amazing. The work that it's done behind the scenes, there's people in Paris right now, so merci mec. Thank you guys, you know, we're coming for this championship.
Well, Sebastian Buemi, it's been a long time coming this season, but first points and first podium, what a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, the Chichitas today, they were really quick, especially Antonio. I kind of overconsumed at the start to try to keep Andre behind me. Not easy. And then obviously I paid the price for the rest of the race because I had overshot the consumption. But at the end, I'm happy to be able to finally, you know, clinch a podium since New York. So it's good, it's good.
This is how the championship points stand. At the top, Mitch Evans, 1 point ahead now of Alexander Sims. Da Costa is only 8 points further back. Van Dorn in 5th, Lucas DiGrassi 5th. Bird drops down to 6th after scoring 0 points. And as far as the teams are concerned, moving now to the top of the team's championship. Well, holding on at the top, BMW and Andretti. Jaguar up to 2nd. So, Mercedes are in 3rd. BMW actually have done well there to climb that far up the order. A 5th place finish for Sims. Absolutely crucial after a thrilling race here in Mexico City.
Before we head to the podium, time for the highlights from the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy support race.
The third round of the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series got underway with Sergio Jimenez on pole position. Simon Evans tried to attack him coming into the first corner, but the New Zealander wasn't quite able to find a way through. Then there was a puncture for Cabrera and a puncture for Alice Powell. Both were sent spinning out of the race. Evans went for attack mode. That gave him the advantage. He got to the outside of Jimenez and took the lead of the race away at turn 9. But Jimenez responded, activating attack mode, and tried to fight back. And he was able to. Same place as Evans made the pass on him, he made the pass on Evans. Jimenez back into the lead of the race. But Sergio Jimenez never really looked like he was in too much trouble. Came through the final corner to take the win and to take the lead of the championship in the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy.
Back with the Formula E podium, and it's a second Formula E win for Mitch Evans in one of the most dominant displays ever in the race series. So from Jack Nicholls, Dario Franchitti, Nicky Shields and myself, Vernon Kay, we'll see you in 2 weeks in Marrakesh for round 5 of the ABB FIA Formula E Championship. See you there.
And we go green in Mexico City. There's going to be contact. Lotterer is sent off in the Porsche at turn 1. Oh, sends it, flies one into the stadium section. Here comes Da Costa to the inside. Oh, and he's into Freins.
Just made a big mistake.
Oh, it's off yet. One of the most dominant races in the history of the championship. Mitch Evans wins in Mexico City.
Coming up after the break, we head to the Stade de France in Paris for the 2018-19 Andros Trophy Super Final.